Hello gamers, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, it would be in my great interest to share with you my top favourite guns in Borderlands history. Yep, that's right lads, we're hopping on the top 10 train early here before Vinalic Puma comes back from the dead and shows up in my room like some kind of fucking dark spirit and kidnaps me for plagiarism. So I should also say that before starting the video here, we're ranking these weapons not solely for their power, but for their overall characteristics, so don't dislike the video if the unkempt Herald isn't on the list. So coming in at number 10 we have the unkempt Herald, but the Borderlands 2 Herald, because no other unkempt Herald exists no matter what you want to believe. For legal reasons, I should also say that we're ranking these in no particular order, and also for Borderlands 2 guns, I've made the sensible, grown-up decision of using Salvador, because I believe he's the most balanced and fair character to test these on. So why do I like the unkempt Herald? Well, first of all, the gun just looks like an absolute tank. It screams nuclear weapon and honestly reminds me of something you could probably find hidden away inside of Area 51. The spread pattern is also really unique, and at the time, I had never really seen a gun like it, so you could probably understand my frustration when Gearbonkle changed it in pre-sequel and 3. But nonetheless, this gun is a meta destroyer and everyone who's not a Salvador player really hates it, so that's why it's on my list. Alright, time to impress the boomers watching. Number 9 is the Orion. I remember a while ago I saw a post on Reddit detailing a mental orgasm with no physical interaction whatsoever, and I just didn't think it was possible at all until I remembered that this gun existed. The Orion is a black and yellow sentient being often tied to Bumblebee from the Transformers, but none of that matters because right now I'm here to tell you that the Orion is what the Storm wants to be. Now honestly, is the Storm a bad weapon? Well, not really, and actually I wanted the BL-2 to be on this list, but the Orion is the OG Storm and it's easily my favourite sniper in Borderlands 1. Buckle up and suckle up because next time we're taking a look at the Egun from the pre-sequel. Now, not to be confused with its political counterpart, the E-Girl, the E-Gun is a Ghostbusters reference in which it is literally the gun from Ghostbusters but inside of Borderlands. I picked this bad boy for the list because it's quite frankly one of the prettiest and coolest Easter egg guns in Borderlands, and honestly I just don't feel like it gets anywhere near enough attention. I don't have much to say about its power since it's honestly better on laser builds, which I wasn't currently rocking, but just know that when spec'd properly, the E-Gun can spot a tier 3 sub from a mile away. Number 7 is here, and I've decided to say fuck it and throw in a top 3 pick right here to keep you watching. So whatever you do gamers, don't click that flag build in the recommended, because this truly is the best gun in Borderlands history, and it's the one and only interfacer. This gun is the craziest, coolest, most attractive piece of metal in the entire fucking game. Now weirdly enough, I was never a big fan of the interfacer for whatever reason. Maybe I was having some kind of outer-bodied experience and thought that the Hammerbuster was S tier or something, but I can safely say that I've changed for the better since. Imagine saying that the Herald has a top tier spread pattern and then not mentioning the interfacer which will systematically destroy bosses all over the galaxy. And believe me, this thing goes deep. Deep enough to make Riley Reid envious. I mean, it really is a beast of nature, and honestly, if you've never used it before, then you might want to rethink your life choices. I mean, yeah, fuck it. I'd sell 6 kilos of arse meat for one of these bad boys in a heartbeat. Next up, we're jumping back to Borderlands 1 to lick the front teeth of the Tsunami, which is easily one of the coolest pearlescents ever made. The Tsunami could easily take the cake as the best pearl along with the Serpents, just for the tiny bit of colour it shows off in the chocolate milk palette of Borderlands 1. And truth be told, the Tsunami just isn't the best SMG out there, and really is never going to get picked over the Anarchy, but in terms of its uniqueness and refreshing look in a very dull looking game, I just had to throw this bad boy in there. If you don't scream when this little bastard drops for you, then you don't deserve to play Borderlands, period. I love the Tsunami. It's cutting pretty close here, and we haven't even mentioned Borderlands 3, so let's flip this bitch on its head right now and stroke the ego of the plasma coil. What a cool ass gun. That's it, nothing more to say. This gun is a certified gang affiliated killer, and if you disagree, then a hit is being placed on your head at the hands of the Chadma coil. This SMG is a beast, and I know we currently don't have any classic style raid bosses in BL3, but goddammit, this thing makes me question that entirely. The plasma coil looks great, and it feels like a weapon of mass panty wetting. In fact, if we were ranking this on a tier list, I'd put it in S tier. Now the only other SMG which can squeeze the testes of the plasma coil is the mysterious yet absolutely beautiful Florentine. Now let me just preface this by saying that the Florentine drops from the Tina DLC, so if you hate the Florentine, you hate the Tina DLC. Yep, that ought to further my agenda enough to reach the 8-minute mark. Let's continue. This gun is absolutely beautiful. Not only is this a plasma caster, but it's also a Seraph dual element plasma caster, which is enough to get anyone to the point of climax. I don't know what it is, but the slag shot combo just makes me feel like an absolute demigod when I wield this thing, and truthfully, I don't have much more to say about the Florentine, but again, I just want to reinforce how beautiful this thing is. Now, following the Florentine is a shotgun which I have fond memories with, although I don't enjoy using it, and the Omega Chat in question is the Striker. Whilst this isn't necessarily the best shotgun in BL2, I will say it's one of the most visually appealing and clean handling shotties in the game. The camo is also really weird, but I actually think it complements the gun a lot. At first sight, you think you've just spotted one of your presents under the Christmas tree, but then you realize it's just a really bizarre weapon wrap. But honestly, this thing has grown on me a lot, and I actually think that the camo is what makes the gun just look so nice and easy to use. So whooping in at number 2 is the Borderlands 3 iteration of the Maggie. This baby is powerful, accurate, weatherized, and freaking pink. Honestly, if the BL3 Maggie performed the way it did but looked like the BL2 Maggie, I would not have considered it for this list. But my god, is the BL3 Maggie a work of art. It looks the part, it feels the part, and it deals the part in damage, because since launch, this thing has been shredding through every single enemy in its way, and now with ASC Zane being so powerful, oh my god. The Maggie is just so damn strong. Just strong, attractive, and tactile. It makes you feel like a cowboy when you sling this baby around in a mission. You just feel like a vigilante solving crime with your old reliable. Good job, Gearbox. You did good. Now, coming in at number 1 is the one, the only, Borderlands 2 conference call. This shotgun is a work of pure art. No other shotgun in the Borderlands franchise is as notorious, sexy, and smooth as the conference call. Talk about a shotgun that looks amazing, a full jet black body with a thick red line running down the halfway point of the gun. It just works in a way that shouldn't, but it does. And then when it has an element on it, the glow that emits from the slots in the gun just draw your eyes into its undeniable beauty, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Also, the power this thing possesses. Whilst it might not be a god tier shotgun today, when the Borderlands 2 first dropped, this thing was absolutely soul-shattering. I just don't have enough good things to say about the conference call, and even in BL3 now, it's still pretty broken with Zane, of course, but I mean, back when Borderlands 2 dropped, this thing was just absolutely crazy. In conclusion, the conference call is amazing, and is 100% my favourite gun in Borderlands history. Anyway lads, I think we've gone further enough for me to get multiple ads on this video, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.